FDC Oye.
Oye.
FDC Oye.
Oye.
One Uganda.
One people.
One people.
One Uganda.
Ra.
Ra.
Cha.
Cha.
About a week ago, several members of the party were heard making statements in burials, in meetings, and the statements were around a sort of declaration to the effect that the party has decided that some members, and in fact some incumbents within the party in Soroti City here, are not going to participate in what they call party primaries. And so many questions have been coming through because people want to know the truth. And because some of these statements are being made by party leaders, it is hard perhaps for them to tell the truth because of conflict of interest. The person is a party leader, but also they are planning to run in the next election for political office. So that is one. But before that happened, on the 14th of September, which is this month, we had a conference here, a city conference as a party. A city conference is a meeting that brings together leaders of the party, the ward executives, division executives, and the city executive in a meeting in which we harmonize and discuss party issues, particularly understanding the challenges we are facing as a party to try to find mechanisms of solving those party issues, and three, discuss as a team in terms of what we need to do to move forward as a progressive party. So during the course of that meeting, which I particularly attended here, it went on very well. And I should say that the attendance of that meeting was well over 65% of the membership of the city, in as far as the city conference is concerned. So in that meeting, many things happened, many things were discussed, many ideas were ironed out, but there was one that came up. And in its coming up, it was more of an idea that was trying to be sold to to the conference by some party members. I want to believe that it was in good faith, and the idea was around whether it is possible for us as a party to agree that some positions in the city here are not subjected. Some members who are currently serving in some positions in the party are not subjected to what they call party primaries for reasons we all know in terms of the conflict and divisions that come with primaries. But if I remember clearly in that meeting, that idea was rejected. The conference, in fact, emphasized that they, as Soroti City, insist that there is no way they are going to selectively subject some people into primaries and say other people are not going to run into primaries. So by the time that meeting ended, there was no agreement to that effect. But I remember one of the arguments that one of the actors made was that the party was contemplating conducting what they call a survey and understand where is each candidate standing in as far as preparation for 2026 is concerned. How many people have expressed interest for which particular office? And what is the feeling of the people around those candidates? Then a report will be generated around each of those political positions, each of those candidates, and a decision is then made moving forward. But 2 days later, we are very shocked to hear some actors, some members who are also politically interested, making statements such as that the party has already handpicked them, the party has preferred to select them and prepare them to run in the next election, which is 2026, without necessarily subjecting them to the party primaries. And that left several members of the public concerned. It left several members of the party in the party structure, in the grassroots level, concerned and wondering what is becoming of our party. So I was one of those who members have been burdening with questions because, well, just so that those who do not know, brought up to speed, I declared interest to run for the office of city mayor in the next election, which is 2026. And even as I speak now, we had begun consultations as a party, because as FDC, we have a routine culture of going into party primaries so that flag bearers are identified. Those flag bearers then go and run for political office. So since that word had already gone out to the public, members were wondering how we are going to move forward, given that that declaration has already been made. There's a lot of pressure when general elections are approaching, when members are declaring interest. There's a lot of pressure that is generated. But we challenge them to stick to the constitution and to follow the rule of law. So I think that saying that some members are going to run for these political offices as sole candidates without being subjected to elections is an abuse, of the rules of the game, which give the party structures the responsibility, the task, and the work of determining who those office flag bearers are. It is not electoral commission to determine that. The electoral commission only helps these members through an electoral process to sieve out and identify their flag bearers. So on issue number one, it is my intention to calm down the members of the public, especially those who are well-wishing, those who are concerned, and are interested in seeing a progressive party. That those statements being issued by those actors are statements of cowardice, are statements of fear. In fact, most of them claim that they are the strength of the party, that without them the party cannot proceed. I thought that anybody who claims they are strong should prove their strength through elections. How come you're saying you're strong, but you're fearing to go into primaries? Which kind of strength is that? Is it witchcraft? Which kind of strength is that? Prove your strength. If you claim you're strong, come out, prepare, and allow to go through party primaries. It doesn't matter which position. I think that it is a right for everybody to run for those for political offices. Two, I feel like a few individuals who are within the party leadership are abusing their offices and trying to do what we call influence peddling, using their offices to deny the rest of the members of the party a right one to participate in the structure elections, but two, for those who want to run for political office, Because why would you say that there should not be there should not be primaries? We belong to the Forum for Democratic Change, not Forum for Dictatorial Change.
Yes.
What they are attempting to do is dictatorial, and it is strange. It is alien to our party constitution. But also, when we go into elections, for example, when we went to elections in 2021, the mandate that was given to the leaders then was a 5-year mandate. It was running from 2021 to 2026. It therefore means that at the end of 2026, that mandate expires. They must be returned back to the general public or the members of the public to reassess who they want to take back to, or they want to place in those offices. It is not going to be application of the chest that since you're there, you must remain. Change is change. Change must be accepted. That is true. And then thirdly, I think that there's general consensus among members of this party and those of the public that there should be an opportunity for the party to shed its skin and give the party fresh life. I think that one of the challenges we have is that we have been recycling the same leaders for centuries. We have the same old stock of leaders who now think that they are the only ones who should run for these offices. They are scared of the new young turks who also want to take on the challenge, who want to take on the responsibility of contributing to the leadership of this community. I think they were born and told that you are the only ones who should lead the city. We are saying no, it is not proper. we belong to the same party, and all of us must be subjected to the same rules. All of us must play by the same rules as guaranteed by our constitution, our constitution of Uganda under Article 21, which calls for fairness and equality of members before the law, non-discrimination on political grounds, among other things. But lastly, I also wanted to say that these statements that these members are peddling around are illegal, and they offend particularly Articles 71 of the 1991 Constitution, but also they offend Section 5 of the Political Parties and Organizations Act as amended by the 2020 amendment. When you look at Section 5 of that act, it challenges political parties to uphold democratic principles, especially when it comes to internal party arrangements, including elections, that they should be periodical, they should be in conformity with the laws of the land, and that it should be the people to exercise their mandate, not some members within the party organs thinking that they can override the mandates of others and try to manufacture sole candidates. So to that extent, I wanted to clear the air that in as far as FDC Sorority is concerned, and it is not about Elasu, it is not about me, but it's about the general members of the public. Everybody who has plans to run political office in FDC, do not get threatened that we have sole candidates because they are not there. Two, if you have interest in running for political office, if you picked interest forms, don't give up. You have a political right to participate in this election. And three, the statements being made that vetting happened and that the declaration was made that some of those people are not going to be subjected to primaries. When they come before you, ask them that when did that vetting happen? What were the yardsticks that were followed in conducting that so-called vetting? Where is the report of that vetting? Who conducted that vetting? And what provisions of the law did they rely on to conduct that vetting? Because short of that, what they are telling you are pure lies, lies cooked by political cowards who are running away from political battle and are trying to look for market tricks of survival. But we are saying no. A monkey, the day a monkey is meant to die, all the trees in the forest will become slippery. And the trees are becoming slippery. Time is up for tricks to survive. Time is up